Oh, I've just been caught. Good evening. I'm wee Paddy.
And we Jud.
And we're here together tonight to do a wee impromptu live video. We'll just be on for about an hour of your time. So if you want to hang about, we've got some nice stuff to show you. The main reason is I got a new knife sent to me today to review.
Yeah, and he couldn't hold his water. He had to share his excitement with everybody.
I am absolutely bouncing. And I could,
honestly, Sally and I have had to do everything but tie him to the chair.
Sorry, I just closed my dog right. Now, there we go. That's better. Now you can see my beautiful face. And a bath this morning, all right for you?
Yeah, he actually smells decent. Yeah,
lovely. So, what knife did he get? Well, it's the new Jack Wolf knife, which is, yes, it's usually just one of the only knives that really gets him.
2 months of waiting.
2 months of waiting.
2 months of waiting.
And it is, honestly, it's crazy. It's been agony. Missing that month out. And I know it's going to come to an end very shortly, but I have just enjoyed it so much. And today's knife has got me really excited because I sort of know what sort of size of knife it's going to be. I've seen the different colors on the carbon, which are just fantastic again. And this is, I'm just excited.
Yeah,
it's here. I don't know when we'll do it. I might just keep you waiting a wee bit. But also, I got a wee telephone, not a telephone call, a texty thing. Aye, internet-y web thing.
Technologically, which kid is it?
James Brand asked me would I like to review a knife for them. And James Brand to me was the la-di-da company that everybody keeps saying, the Californian sort of dream company. But I thought, don't be judge.
See, excited.
I'm overwhelmed. Don't be judgmental. Have a look at it and see what it is. So they said they would send me something. Wasn't sure what they were going to send me, but they sent me this one. Now, they also sent me another one, which is something, it's in this bracket. But I can't show you that because it's not been released, I think, to the 14th of this month. But this one is absolutely got me going both ways. For one thing, I want to say, it's very expensive for what it is. And then the other hand, I'm saying, but it's really nice design.
It is. I mean, you know me, guys. I'm a sack man.
Yeah.
So something that's without spoiling this price.
It's a multi-tool.
It's a multi-tool. It's a kind of pocket knife with extra bits and bobs. But look, you can't fault it when it's nicely put together. It's and it is a nice little knife.
And I think, look, it's coming up to Christmas, and I think this is a great time to. Oh,
it's April.
Easter, yeah, it's coming close to Easter. Have I missed it? Where are we? It's coming up.
Just because he's Santa Claus, it's Christmas all year round.
It is the perfect gift if you're a lady and you want to buy your husband something for his birthday, your anniversary, the fact that he done the garden better this week than last week. Any excuse to buy your husband a fancy posh knife.
Or to buy your wife a fancy posh knife. Or it would be, depending on the colours that the scales come in, it could be a perfectly good ladies' knife as well.
You are right.
There you go.
He often is, but I don't give him credit for it.
No,
never say it out loud. If he says right, he'll just take over.
Oh, I know, and he's under instructions from my wife actually, so it should never be allowed.
I think it actually comes in an orange aluminium one as well.
There you go.
And it's quite a nice looking orange. It's not a tangled. But so we'll have a wee look at that as well in a minute. First thing we wanted to do, because our friend James Richards over at
All for One
and One for All.
Yes,
we are now fixed bladed up. He's got the shiny blade, and I've got the black one.
Yeah,
stonewashed. Absolutely love it. I've done a wee video showing this. I'm going to do some cutting this weekend with this, and a couple of other knives actually on wood.
I'm going out naked into the woods with nothing but my gambler.
Paddington beware.
Watch the press for further details. It could go badly wrong.
Tell us a wee bit about yours and what you think of it, the Gambler. There was a lot of people ordered them on our say-so because we've been promoting it for Twisted Assisted for James, and I've had nothing but absolutely glowing reports from people who have bought it and got it.
Yeah,
and there's still he has bought enough of them. Is what do you call that thing you done the to get the knives? We had to get money in.
Kickstarter.
That's the chap. The Kickstarter. He done the Kickstarter and done incredibly well, and got way over what he wanted. So he has reinvested it and just bought more of these knives. You're going to pay about £10 more than what they paid before, which was $69.99 for the D2 model, and now it's $79.
It's not D2. It's 14C.
It's not D2. You're right. He's right again. This boy's got it.
2. Can somebody keep score right there?
It's actually better than D2 because I quite like 14C28N.
Yeah, well,
It's
especially on a knife like this,
Yes.
because it's so tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rated as one of the toughest, especially for fixed blade knives, just as a resilient blade steel. So it'll be absolutely fantastic.
As well. Now, Justin done a wee job for James, as in a promotional video, which if you haven't seen, it's worth going to have a look at. On this knife for the Kickstarter, wasn't it?
It was the Kickstarter.
It was Kickstarter. He done the Kickstarter.
Video.
If you get a chance, go back and have a look at it. I think you've done a fantastic job. But I leave it to you now.
Well, all I did was edit James's video, which, as James said himself, it would have been kind of flat in him talking. So I just sexified it up a wee bit by using some of my newly acquired video editing skills from
I was aroused.
Very podcast. He's easily aroused. Enough of that. Moving very, very swiftly on.
Bring it back,
James was delighted with it, which is just as well. But it also goes to show that he's a man with very low standards. If he was very, very delighted with my work,
no, that's what it was. I have to say, it was very professional. I really liked it.
It did the job nicely, it was an absolute pleasure working with James. It was lovely to be able to give something back, both to the community and also to James, who is doing something different. I suppose that's the best thing about Twisted Assisted, is that they are doing something a little bit different. So it was an absolute pleasure to be able to help out with it. And what he did was that, as part and parcel of it, he basically upgraded my version of this. So this one, rather than
14C28N.
Thank you very much.
This and all the majority are.
This is S35VN.
S35VN.
S35VN. So this, what he did with some of the additional funds that they got in, because the Kickstarter was so successful, was that he offered a reward for some of the backers to upgrade to S35VN, and what he did was that as part of his as a gift to me, I backed the knife, the one I was expecting the same one as Stephen was, and what he did was he just upgraded it automatically to S35VN. So it was just lovely. It was a lovely
part of
it does.
It really does.
And about what the big news, big news, but what we'll have is James has agreed, as soon as the rush is over, he's working frantically at the minute just to get all the knives out. And I think at the minute, I just got an email in today saying that he was trying to get all of the extra rewards. So as soon as he's past all of that stress and can have time to kick back, have a cigar, a celebratory cigar as he's wanted to do, he's agreed to come on the podcast.
Very much.
We'll get him on and he can give us the full story. I'm not going to steal his thunder because it sounds like it's been a bit of an odyssey. And he had problems with customs. There's a movie in the works, is all I can say. It involves car chases, knives. What more do you want? Okay.
I'm going to say hello to a few people here. Well, there's
Absolutely.
Paul 13. Randy's WSG. Go over to Randy's YouTube channel, give him a sub. He just passed 400. He's got another price of 500. Get over there. He's a really nice fella. Tony's Ponies, Addicted to Blades, Budget Knife Guy, Peter Tiffany, Paul 13, Peter Tiffany again, the Budget Knife Guy again. Hey, they're repeating themselves.
Oh, they're talking endlessly. They're talking more than we are.
Yes.
Hey, Norman, how are you?
Norman, how you doing?
That's
really nice to see you. Look, it's lovely to see you all. We'll try to keep up with it. Between the two of us, we should get you at some stage. But if we don't call your name out and you want to call out, just give us a wee shout.
Definitely.
So I have to say, I was really chuffed for you because you done it we were having a chat with him one night. I think it was one of the podcasts.
It was when he was on the podcast.
And you said, look, I can give you a wee hand at doing that. It's just, it's not going to take that long. But for him to appreciate you and give it back, it was just that nice feedback because you were just doing it as a
gesture. It was a lovely gesture. And it was, and as I say, it was just, it's nice to see it come through for him because he's put an awful lot of work into it.
And it's nice to be we're in early at this stage of his, his creations.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, haven't we? Yeah, we got the wee small one. We got that one. We got the
Jonesy, the tulip,
yeah.
the traditional,
and then this
the
one.
gambler, and then the torches and all the other bits and pieces as well.
So he does do torches. He does tritium. You know the little tritium
vials.
Yes, vials. You can actually buy them off them, and they start from as little as, I think it's $5.99 for the really small ones. All you do is a wee bit of super glue, stick them on, and that's it. You know, hopefully in a hollow, but don't just stick them on the top. Put them in a wee hollow. Yeah. Definitely.
Always stick your violin.
And he also has like key ring fobs with the wee tritium in it. Have you seen them?
Yes.
Absolutely lovely little things. Yeah, I'm gonna bum one of them.
But it goes hand in glove with some of the stuff he does. He has what he refers to as the paracord pixie, who puts together an awful lot of the things for the fobs and things like that, and paracord lanyards for knives and whatever else. But the paracord pixie, I think, is his daughter, isn't it?
Unpaid.
Don't alert the child labor authorities or anything like that. But I mean, she's very talented in her own right in terms of putting these things together.
No, it is. It's a real family concern.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is lovely. So now we've got that. We'll probably come in and out. You know what we're like. It's a wee bit higgledy-piggledy. It just goes. Do you want to open the James Brand one and have a wee chat? Because you're the sack man. And I think this is for you.
Okay.
I mean, I think you'll appreciate it. I think you'll like it. So there you are. Because I've looked at this, but I haven't looked at this, and it's flipping killing me.
Hold your water, big lad. Hold your water.
The James Brand, the packing is lovely.
Here, what do you want to? Actually, give me
go ahead
over there.
There we go. There's it. The James Brand comes in a little box, and on the back of the box there's a cutout, and it tells you exactly what it is, because so many knife companies today send you them with no details of what's in the box. Yeah. So if you've got 3 of these, you
don't know which one.
Yeah. So it's a lovely, straightforward, simple little box.
So what we're talking about is this is the Ellis scissors. It's black stainless G10 straight, and that's what you're getting there. Designed in Portland or Oregon in the US and made in China.
So they're being honest for one thing, which is nice. They're not trying to hide it.
I mean, don't say that in any patronizing way. I mean, that's just normal. I mean, it's just par for the course.
Mikey Newman, how you doing? But the nice thing, James Brand, if you don't know anything about James Brand, they are a niche market for their knives and the different EDC items they use. Lovely little box with a wee...
And it's all very substantial packaging. Now, the one thing... now, I'm going to say this now, because... I'm a Victorian nerd myself, and what the first thing you notice about this is beautifully packaged. Now it's all very stylishly packaged. I am not. I mean, look at me, for crying out loud! I'm dressed in Decathlon and Marks and Spencers. I'm not the most stylish. Although beside Paddy,
I
look. I mean,
I'm Primark man.
I'm a step up. I'm from the good side of Bangor, you see.
Primark and Penny's rule.
Oh. So this is a very stylish. I mean, what with the James Brand, what little I know about them, it is very much about a branding.
It is a brand.
Concern.
Yeah, you're paying for that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a lovely box and everything, but who cares? Okay, let's see what the knife.
You see, I actually do. I'd be one of them people who do like a box. If you're paying money for a knife, not if you're paying a £30 knife. I don't want any of it put in a box. But once it gets to that 100 and above, I want something nice to look at.
That's a good point, especially when you're related to some of the stuff that Ben's coming out with the Jack Wolf.
Ben's coming out with a £275 knife, and you get packaged.
I like to tease him. I like to throw in a reference every now and again that makes him aware that he's having to wait to open that box.
Yes,
so
hurry up with that.
Yeah. Anywho, nice box,
lovely box that I like. He doesn't.
Yeah. No, I like the box. It's fine, but I tend to. It's something to get out of the way when you get to get to the knife. So anyway, this is I was about to see. This is the thing, right? I don't do this. I don't have my own channel, and I don't do knife reviews and everything like this. And what I've been noticing as I watch, because I am kind of sad, I do watch our podcasts over again to see if we're doing all right. And what I've noticed is that I'm useless at displaying knives on camera.
People like to see that. You make the people out here look good. So not only are you getting the knife
It's a good
over,
thing.
it's for me. I'm even worse than you.
If you've ever noticed me handle a knife, I always do it like this, so I can see it, but you can't see bugger all.
Just hold it up at the screen there. See straight in front of you. No, you
There
don't
we
have to
go.
go way up. Just come back. Go ahead. There you go. That's it.
Yeah, I know, but it's the way I hold. I usually hold it like that. So
Well,
it
that's
covers
just
it, cover
stupid.
yeah, exactly. But
Yes.
anywho, the knife itself,
It's
lovely
G10,
black
is it?
G10,
Yeah.
and it's got a lovely sort of textured finish on it. So it's sort of like a honeycomb, I think.
It's a lovely. It's been chamfered smooth, but the actual middle part is
like a grid.
yeah, it's really
so
nice.
You might be able to hear that. It's got a little bit of texture, so it's not slippy.
And it feels quite soft. It's not harsh, is it?
It's not. No, it's not harsh, but it's not as warm as my Carta. But I mean, it's G10, so it is lovely. But it's nicely finished. It has to be said. The pivots and screws and everything are beautifully done.
Yeah.
They're very finely milled and lovely.
You need to show them.
I'm learning. Okay.
Oh.
So we've got.
Oh, wait a minute, thing. You're not on. No wonder we can't see a thing. There we go.
Okay. So we've got this, and then you've got this. Is the shield the James Brand shield? I'm assuming, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not familiar with the brand.
This is I'll just show that. This is just a bigger version of this.
Yeah.
That's on this. Oh, there, the center of the blade.
My God,
it's like a video game.
No, where am I pointing?
So this is
what he's doing. But I mean that for the James Brand, it's the equivalent of the Victorinox symbol on the Swiss Army knife. So lovely put together. This for a sack, the one thing that a sack always lacks is a pocket clip. And I have to say, I've got my Dragonfly. Stephen doesn't like these on Spyderco. See, I'm doing it again.
That's all right. Don't worry. You're going to go that way.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
That's
I
lovely.
love the wire clips because there's no weight in them, and these are deep carry, and they always slip really far down into a pocket without being that interference. So I do like a wire clip. And this one is first class. I mean,
it's thick
good.
as well. It's not one of those wobbly ones that slides all over the place.
There's good retention on it as well. So it's a good clip.
Nothing's been skimped.
Absolutely. Now this one's been set up for left-hand carry. Is it swappable? I don't think
it is. But to be honest with you, I put it in my pocket and I didn't even notice. I know that sounds terrible, but I didn't even notice it.
Actually, no.
And the retention of the blade is absolutely. It's not. You're not going to worry about sticking your finger down.
Or a locker or a one-handed opener. You're not going to be worried about it too much.
I literally just popped it down and I walked about this afternoon with it, and it's absolutely fine.
It's a good weight to it as well. It feels solid, but it's not very, very heavy. So anyway, it's a nice knife. It's nicely finished on the back. I don't know if you can see this on the camera. And of course, the first tool that you can see is it's got a wee pry bar come screwdriver, flathead screwdriver with really big screws, but it's more of a pry bar kind of thing on the back end of it. Okay. I suppose diving into it without any further ado, otherwise he's going to have a conniption.
No, I think you're doing really well.
You can't see his Jack Wolf. That's the blade. And I have to say, it is different enough from a sack to make it appealing in its own light.
It's got that little bit of a clip, but yet it's more of a spear point.
Yeah.
Sort of.
It is
drop point.
Yeah, it's a drop. It's a drop point spear, modified clip spear.
It's a modified spear point.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, it's got this kind of flat saber grind up to about 2/3 of the way up the blade, and no nail neck. It has just got a hole in the blade.
The hole's right through, which I'm actually enjoying. I didn't think I would like that.
It does mean that you can actually pinch it.
Yeah.
Rather than, well, you can get a nail into it, but you could pinch it as well quite effectively.
Really nice, I have to say.
So it's a nice substantial blade. It's got, I find it kind of thick on the spine compared to a Victorinox. I have a Victorinox.
I think it wouldn't be much more than 2 mil.
I'm going to say 3.
Oh, you're way off. Just thought I'd let you know.
I just like it different.
And it's 1.9 millimeters.
Damn it!
So It's another win for the
Right
Ireland.
again. Right again. Tell you what.
Yeah, it is unusual. You know, it really is unusual. And
Actually, you're not wrong. It's
no,
pretty much the
it's
same.
not. Yeah, it just sort of, well, in fact, it's thinner, I think.
Yeah, it's thinner than
Because they're
the
normally
93.
about 2 mil or just over 2 mil. That's the thicker one of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
that's
I mean,
that's
and
a
there's the
farmer.
size comparison. It's near enough exactly the same size as the 91 millimeter
Well, this is the 93.
or 93. Yeah.
Yeah, so at the handle wise, it's probably very comparable.
Yeah.
And in terms of it being a substantial, I would say I would compare it more to the 93 than the 91 because it's very solid in hand, like the 93. So it's a nice knife.
And it's 12C27, the blade.
That's the big one.
And it is so sharp out of the box, which is fantastic. And like 12C27, everybody keeps saying that's what Victorinox are. It's not.
Oh no.
You know, they're similar to it, but 12C27 is a better steel than what you're going to get on a Victorinox by far.
Victorinox is 550 or something ridiculous. No,
it does. It depends, and I enjoy it as well. But you know, for most of my tasks,
you don't buy Victorinox for the quality of the steel. Is what we're saying is the quality, the craftsmanship, and the workmanship. But that is.
It's made beautifully now.
It's a lovely grind on the blade. Actually, it's on a good sharpening choil. If you like that sort of thing. I'm just repeating things I've heard on the interviews now. Next, centering. Then we have
centering's perfect. Just check a center.
It
is perfect. I mean, again, I know a lot of people have this thing that James Brand are niche, and they are, and they're not ashamed of it, which is fair enough.
Yeah,
they're going for a market where people want their styling and that's there's a knife for it. Like, not everybody's going to want the Jackwolf knife.
Went for it again. So very quickly, just to finish off, these are the scissors, and the scissors are great. Now they're a kind of Wenger solid spring rather than the loose leaf spring on the Victorinox.
To turn that around, people can see that's it. Let them see that.
You can see that operation there, and it's a good solid pair of scissors. And more to the point, see that little step on the back of the scissors? It works. It works very, very nicely just to set your hand or your thumb on it. So scissors work very nicely, and they're not quite as bounced up and downy as the Wenger scissors tend to be. I'm probably speaking a whole different language if you don't know your sax, but anywho, that's a nice pair of scissors. I love it, and they're razor sharp, and they're a good size. And the snap on it is second to none. So it's got good tension on the back spring.
Yeah,
it's not squishy in any way, shape, or form. So it's very nice. Nice wee knife.
It is. Now the price is, and this is an awful lot of people when I tell you the price are going to turn away, and that's fine. I mean, this is not something I'm going to recommend for everybody, but this, to me, this little knife is if you like that James Brand styling, and everything about this knife is made perfectly. It really is. I haven't found one fault or one thing that I would change in this. The price of this is about £119. Now you can go onto the James Brand site. I actually think they're sold out on the site, but I know Heine Haynes has it, and Knives and Tools EU have it. And it's the same price, so there's not much difference. Yeah. It must be a set price. I've never worked with a James Brand before, but I'll have to say, in the dealings I had with them a couple of days ago, they were so nice, really were. And it is dear. For me and my side, it is dear. But if you're in that category that you want something that is a bit special, or something we want our wives to buy us for Christmas, that's usually I want my wife to buy something different that I wouldn't spend the money on myself. I really appreciate that. If the kids club together and get me something, I would genuinely be really happy to get this. Genuinely, and I mean that. But
so, Eugene, in answer to the comment, we're not skirting around the price. We're just taking our time getting there. Okay.
Did I not tell them the price?
You did.
Oh, right.
You just did. It's taken us this long to get there.
But I wanted to show you the knife in its entirety first, and how well it's made. Everything about it.
It's to avoid that, because I mean I was in the same boat. It's to not judge it just before on the price alone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not I'm not the market for this because I'm already body and soul a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
But for the kind of person who you would, if somebody was thinking about buying a present, as Stephen was saying, for somebody, and they're looking at Swiss Army knives and they're thinking that they're a wee bit of old hat, then this is the kind of thing that might they might.
If one of your sons or your wife bought you this, you'd be happy, would you?
I wouldn't turn my nose up.
I would love it.
No,
I would absolutely love this. Genuinely,
I would say, why didn't you buy me a Swiss Army knife? But at the same time, I would appreciate the thought.
To me, I think it's expensive for an ordinary knife, but this is a brand you're buying into. And a lot of us buy into brands of pens, pencils, knives, leatherwork. We all buy into some sort of brand, and this is one of them. And I actually like this product fully. I don't know what the rest of the stuff is like. I haven't had it yet. I'm hoping that maybe after this video, they might do some more. But to me, I think this is a present that you're going to want for Christmas, or just that you've done the garden well, as I said. Get a wee knife. Give the fella a knife. But there's the other option. There's a budget option, which I also recommended absolutely. Now, this is the San Remo version. It's a pair of scissors and a blade, exactly the same. It's got a pocket black, but it's all stainless steel. And I think this is 12/3/27 as well.
Is.
Yeah.
It is.
But this, to me, I like better. But this, as a budget, is absolutely fantastic. San Remo make them for Boker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and this is San Remo.
I Reiki, I think.
Right to do it as well, yeah. So, I mean, you can get a budget one or you can go for the branded one. And it's entirely up to you. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't afford this normally. Wouldn't be something I would want to afford, but
yeah, I think you can. I mean, it is like those things. There's an awful lot of other knives in that kind of bracket.
Yes.
And that kind of set that you would prefer to buy. I'm in that. But you can't fault the quality of the workmanship.
No, that's what I'm trying to get across. The quality's there. Yeah. But I mean, there's an awful lot of people in this community who can't afford them. And I want to include them in my channel as well. Does that make sense? I know there's a lot of people who like them sort of nice branded knives.
You're trying to bring in the trendy people?
There's trendy people. Most of my subs are trendy. Some are just poor.
I know, but Matt's there. Matt's there. Slip Joint is there. I mean, we know he's not trendy. He's one of us. Forgive me for that one, Matt. No one going to pay for it.
No, never had a James Brand Slip Joint Sawyer. It's a definite knife for you. You'd love it. I'll send it to you to have a wee look at.
Cool.
So there you go. Well,
no. I think it is a dum. Yes! I think we've made him wait long enough.
Yes.
Guys, what do you think? Hang on a second. Can I get a vote in the chat?
Oh, no.
Could you just get everybody can you go to the chat right now and just say, yes, we want Stephen to unbox the new Jack Wolf, or no, Stephen, you have to wait. So yes or no in the chat. Go. You get 3 seconds to put yes or no in the chat. And remember,
I love you.
Be nice, people. Don't be cruel.
No. Oh.
Don't be censored.
That's yeses for now. Them boys know a man when they see one.
We'd be censored for that. That's going to affect.
No. What's wrong with you?
He's bored. He's bored. But you guys, no, you have to. The people our people have spoken.
It's not fair.
We have to wait.
It's not fair.
We have to wait.
What a sulk.
Hang on a second. Tony's Ponies was first in. He says, get on with it. So I think we have to go with Tony.
Well, I'll tell you what, as a punishment for getting my boo-boo, let's show them the wee knife you got just as a wee surprise this week to please yourself.
Oh, yes.
Which I think is lovely. And he just doesn't even count it as a knife because, whoa. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Isn't it pretty?
Is that the manager or?
This is the Swiss, the champ, the mini champ.
Mini champ, right?
Mini champ, and I have one in black Alox, and it's lovely worn in black Alox. But I had a chance to get a green Alox one, and I have been on a real Alox kick over the last month, 6 weeks or so.
And he means real.
I mean real, painful, costly Alox one. And I got an opportunity to get this. There was a guy on one of the forums who was doing. Who was it? It was Nick Brown, I think, was doing a special order for some of the guys on the forum, and you just got your name down, and he made an order from Europe and got it posted in and everything. It's fantastic. So I love a Swiss Champ. It's the perfect fifth pocket knife, and to get another one in Alox, they're just beautiful. They're just.
Oh,
lovely
what sort
little
of price would they be for them?
That was about 60 quid, I think.
So about 60 quid for a half a knife, and if you doubled that, it'd be about 100 odd quid.
Yeah, I know, but
this
one I actually wanted.
Exactly. This is cheap.
Yeah, I suppose we do sort of protest too much about the money we are willing or not willing to spend, but no.
Yeah.
To see, it's opportunity cost. It's what can you spend? What else can you spend? What other knife can you spend the money on? I suppose.
Yeah, because you turn one down at that price means you can buy one at 140.
Exactly.
Because you're only spending 30 quid more.
I have money. I have 150 quid in the PayPal account.
We'll spend that after this.
Okay, fair enough. Good.
Right, I've had enough for the
Right,
there we go.
He's going for it. He's made an executive decision, folks. He's going for it.
If any of you don't know, if you live in a dark hole in the back of a cave, this is the Jack Wolf knives, and this is
Tony's Ponies has asked me a specific question, and the answer is, of course, I would like more precious scales. I do like fancy scales, but are we talking about the special?
Peter Tiffany? Exactly. I paid that for tools before as well in the past when I used to do a lot of joinery sort of work. So yeah, I mean, we all have little things that we'll spend that extra money for.
Yeah.
You know.
But let's get back to Tony's question. Yes, if you've got any, send them over to me, and I'll take them off your hands quite happily.
Right? Are you going to do the? We're going to just move this for a bit. If I can get Jud
to get me off camera.
Jud just wants to talk here. I can. Oh, that's. Very good, Mr. Professional.
That's why Twisted Assistant came to me,
mate. So you get the little box like this from Jack Wolf Knives, and inside that box you have the beautifully embossed box, which is really lovely. And this is a story about Jack's grandfather. I'll put it up for you if you want to have a look at that. If you're watching this in the repeats, it is just a lovely story. You know, it's nothing flashy, it's nothing soppy, it's not going to make you buy the knife anymore, but it's just a genuine story, which I think is lovely. Ben is obviously from the United States, which is the only thing that's wrong with him. Apart from that, he's a really nice amount of doing good. It's just not good, no?
He's talking and he's not getting to the knife. He's focused on the box. You see what happens, people? He's focused on the box.
But it's beautifully embossed. Again, this is packaging like we were talking about. And, oh my God, tell me. What's that say?
It's Big Bro Jack.
Uh-huh.
And it's Fat Carbon Nebula.
Oh my gosh. Oh, stop it. Oh, precious one.
he's
precious one.
He's gone full Gollum, people. He's gone full Gollum.
This is my favorite one out of all the 5 that are coming. But inside this, I've got all red.
Hang on a second. Mikey's taking the piss now, I think. What a fantastic box.
It's this is the.
See you, Mike.
He put a. Well, I've got Mike away already.
Mike Curtis has had enough. So
yeah. He put a list of pictures of all 5 up, and this is the one I said back. I said that is beautiful. This was after the knives had gone, so it's not that I could pick. We don't get to pick. Look at this artwork. This is the Big Bro. So if you remember the Little Bro, which was this one, which was the Little Bro sitting on the shoulder of Jack Wolf. This is the grown-up version of the Little Bro. Let me just get it. There he is. There, walking beside his grandfather. So it's Ben and Jack. Fantastic artwork. Sean Tiffany, we all know, does great things. And between him and Ben, they come up with a really good scenario for each knife. In the top of it, you get the pug, which I don't understand because I'm old. And that's the picture of the. I'll just see if I can get it the right way up. There we go. That's a little pug. There we go. Lovely little picture on it. Really like them, but I don't know what they're for. And in the back of it, you get family. Oh, isn't that lovely?
Oh, it's all sweet.
It's so lovely. That's nice.
I feel so moved and touched. Matt's saying the same thing. Would you get to the
it's
main event?
Nice. You get a lovely pocket clip embossed with Jack Wolf. Really nice leather work on those. They really are nice, I have to say. And then inside, that's all, isn't it? Yeah. Inside, you get this lovely cloth rolled up so that it shows you Jack Wolf in blue again. I really like the blue ones.
Does anybody else fast forward, Stephen, at these parts?
No, they wouldn't do that to me. How long have we been going? 35 minutes. We should take control. You're meant to be the boss.
Since when?
You're the tech.
Oh,
Oh,
hello.
baby. Oh,
No, Sally's next
No.
door, mate.
oh, I wish I could show you this. But it's so
it is.
fucking beautiful.
You are not
That is
wrong.
even better than what it looked like on the TV, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Well,
That is. Do you want to see it? Go on then. Blow me a kiss and you can have one. First one to blow me a kiss gets to see it first.
don't feed him it. Don't feed into it, lads. Don't feed into it. Just
Blow me a kiss, sir. I'm not showing it.
There's Randy's blowing you a kiss. Mate.
Look at that, baby. Oh, my living. Oh, look at that. I wouldn't care what blade came out of this because that is just gorgeous. Look at the colors in it. Is that not? And look at the back. It's just as bright. You know the way sometimes you get one or the other and it's beyond your control, but that is flipping gorgeous. And with those dark grey scales, oh, come on. Tell me that's not pretty. Go on. Tell me it's not pretty. And what is the blade? It is a full clip point blade. Look at that. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, you got a wee metallic shimmer in there, like
It
you
is.
often have.
It
It's
really
lovely.
is just unbelievable. It moves. You take it away from the camera, you can actually see it moving.
Very nice.
It's like there's tinfoil or something. You know the way they do some with tinfoil in it now? That is just stunning. Ben. Oh, it's just gorgeous. So, what's it like against the Webro? I'm lucky I have a Webro. Actually, it was my carry today because I knew I was going to be doing this. So, this is the Webro.
He was having a Blue Peter moment there, folks.
So, here we go. Let you just see the size difference. I'm going to put them at the bottom there. Look at that. Can you see that? Oh, no. We'll do it that way. Let me
You
just
want me
get
to hold
this.
one and you hold
I
one?
should be able to get it here. Is that it?
You're covering most of it. You're doing a me.
I'm doing a U. No, I need to turn it upside down. There you go. Can you see the difference? No?
Yeah,
Am I
definitely.
doing it? Yeah. You can see
You can
it
see,
is
yeah.
bigger. You know, it's substantially bigger than that. There we go. That's it. You've got a good, I would say, 3/4 to an inch longer, much more substantial blade. This is a boy's knife size. And I got a knife out hoping it would be this kind of size because I knew it was a big bro coming. And this is my favorite. Oh, this is my favorite knife. This is the GEC twin acorn Barlow knife. This is, as you've all seen this, you know this is that bone handle in this is just every bit as nice as that. Well, it's actually
a bit bigger.
the GEC. The blades are exactly the same, but look all the difference in the bottom. There is maybe just a couple of millimeters difference between these two. And this is my favorite, or it was until I got this. This is a GEC. It's always going to be my favorite. But this one here is this is the best handle I've seen so far. For me, everybody likes different sorts. Some people don't like the garish one. You can tell I'm cheap and nasty, and I just love garish colors. Yeah, colors make my EDC just extra special. Now,
What I'd love to see, though, Stephen, is
Uh-huh.
I'd love to see you getting, you know, the way you like to,
pontificate.
well, that too, but you like to coordinate your color schemes.
Oh, aye, yeah.
I challenge you to find something to go in that.
Okay, hold that.
Okay. I get to hold it. Now, let's talk about the knife, okay? Instead of the all right.
Abalone, or not abalone,
Mother of Pearl.
mother of
maybe?
pearl, and you get the same colors in the mother
Yeah,
of pearl.
Damn it, he's right.
You get-
Damn.
It's a lovely piece of mother of pearl. That it's gorgeous,
That works really well, actually.
doesn't it? So there you go. Your bit.
Okay, you win. It's okay. I still got the knife.
Isn't that just?
Now, okay. Clarify for me. Is that sleeve board or what pattern have handles?
That's a
that?
Barlow. Oh no, sorry, it's not a Barlow. That is a sleep board. Sorry, yes. I don't know where I was going with the Barlow. I've just put the Barlow away.
Yes.
I would love the next one of these to be a
Barlow.
Barlow, and the same as the little bro. I would love the Barlow in that size.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, that's a 15 size. Well, it's just a bit bigger than a 15, which is actually nice. Having that extra couple of millimeters for your hand, I'll take that and show them.
Yeah, because that's
Oh, yeah,
the 15.
yeah.
There's the boy's knife size, isn't it?
Let me just, here you go, put them up together. That's the little bro and the number 15 pattern. They're virtually the same size. This is literally a couple of millimeters bigger than the 15.
Yeah.
But then you've got this is just an absolute beauty of a work knife.
It is lovely. It really is.
There you go. Have a play. Have a walk. Do the walk and talk, and I'll shut up.
Shh, shh, everybody listen.
Hi. It is just.
I do love the snap of a Jack Wolf.
What pull do you think that is? Trying to train him, you see.
6, 7.
Let me see. Yeah. I haven't even had to play with it myself.
I think it's a 7. I think it's a 6.
The opening is about a 6, but the actual closing is about
tighter. No,
a 6.5, maybe 7, I would say. So maybe 6.5 opening and 7 closing.
Mm-hmm.
Try that and see if that goes with your head. To me, that's roughly what that is.
No, I know what you mean. There's a lot of
there's a difference. Yeah, and he does that on purpose.
It might actually be from the half stop as opposed to.
Yeah, it's that final pull you want to be, and the close you want it to be strong.
Yeah, because to there, that's definitely a 6. But to there,
they can't see that.
It's tighter. See what I mean?
It just sounds delicious.
It's a nice knife. Nice.
I have to say, Ben, you've just surpassed everything that I thought about you. That in a good way, not a bad way, boys. But this is just beautiful. If you're watching this and it's not live, you should have been here because it looked even better live. What a lovely knife. Thank you very much. I will do a tabletop review on this knife and on the James Ellis, of which I still like it. It's not going away on me. But there you go. There's my little dream. And talk about bone. There's traditional and there's a bone that it's a Barlow as well. The bone is absolutely beautiful. And then you've got modern traditional, which has got the flair of it's a James Brand flair. This is a pattern you either love or you're not going to like. They have subdued colors as well. But, for me, Mr. Gary's Paddy, this is the one.
Right, we've got a few more people in. So we've got Ghost Malone in.
Ghost Malone, how you doing?
We've got
Ron Tigler's.
Ron Tigler's is in. We've got Guy Calgary. We've got, who else have we got? We've got Swamp Stomper in.
Mikey Newman.
And
Tony Pony's just been a bit of a while, hasn't he? Has he outstayed his welcome?
Don C's in.
Don C. Great to see Don in there.
And so we've got a lot of people complaining about your obsession with boxes, but apart from that, it's fine.
Yeah, look.
And Rob's just saying that he thinks that this will probably be a second Jack Wolf. So,
see up here, these are my Jack Wolf boxes, and my GECs down to my Chris Reeves. So I love what I was moving that and it wasn't working.
So it's just up there, fellas.
This is all. I love my boxes and they're behind as well. So yeah, I do like boxes. It's not just pretend.
No, it's part of the experience.
And GEC started that with me when I got my first GEC. And when I got that tube, the tube was it was just so exciting. It's like, oh really? I am kind of weird.
We're all weird.
We're all weird.
I think everybody here would recognize that.
So I do. Look, I've enjoyed the show. I've enjoyed chatting with you again. It's been a wee while this time. My fault more than his fault. But let me tell you one thing. This fella is doing absolutely amazing. And he has it's been a blessing to watch him. You haven't had much suffering at all, which is a blessing. Because, they get that sort of scare in your life and You've flown through it.
No, it's
know,
it's been brilliant for me. I've just been very lucky. Blessed is probably
blessed.
the best way
Yeah,
to
it
look
is.
at
It's
yeah,
blessed, and it doesn't
absolutely.
matter whether you're religious or not. You know, just be blessed and enjoy the fact that you've,
Absolutely.
you know, it's like you've taken that bullet, the one bullet, spun it, and you got away with it.
Yeah, definitely.
And to me, it's because let's be honest, he doesn't have money, so I didn't want him to go for his money. He'd probably give it to his wife. He's that sort of fella.
Yeah,
So,
I know, but I mean,
who
needs money when you've got these good looks? Anyway, we've got there's Ghost Malone saying he's got all of his boxes and tubes as well. The only tube I've got is this one beside me, Ghost Malone.
Stephen, could you only have one jackknife?
There's a good question.
That's a flipping horrible, stupid question.
Yeah, but it's out there now.
I have my box here, or my bag here. This is my top 5 Jack Wolf knives.
You can't get it down to less than 5.
I could get it down to 3, but this is my top 5.
Is that throwing the cat amongst the pigeons?
Yes. Well, I thought after this month that the little bro Jack would be going in this pouch.
Mm-hmm. Not sure.
This is definitely going in the pouch. But I'm only allowed to change one a month. It's my rules, so I can make them up. Yeah.
And he changes the rules every month.
But I'm only allowed to change one knife a month. So I'm sorry, already this is going in there.
Well, it has to.
Because this is going to be a user. This is not going to be a pretty knife.
It is but it's just such a practical.
But it stands to being a user because you're not going to see any sort of badness on that steer. Now, I'm not going to take it to a building site, but I am going to use it, especially down the caravan. And, you know, I just think, that's just...
Well, it's just a cracking knife.
Flipping sexy.
Is that in the S90V?
I don't notice.
What kind of knife reviewer are you?
It could have been a 12C27 when I bought it. Yeah, I think it does say S90V, don't it? Two of us are blind as bats.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
We'll say yes.
Yeah, we'll say yes. So there you are. There's your last look at that. Any last questions before we... Oh, you want to know what's my favourite?
Yeah, you almost managed to get away with that. So
I'm trying to be really honest. Do you know, as I'm sitting here now, this.
And I mean, that's no surprise given that the Barlow, that kind of pattern is one of your favourites. Clip points have always
I've always Barlow's and a clip point Barlow really just do it for me. Especially this one. I just love this bone. But this is a modern...
So the only way that could be improved really is to have the Barlow bolster.
I would love the Barlow bolster. But then again, that next year might come with a clip point on it.
Ooh.
Or this could come with a spear point. You know,
or he could change it.
Because he changes it. He's going to change it. It's going to be completely different. None of them's going to be the same as they were the year before. And that's the joy, I think, of traditional knives. I know I'm sort of, maybe other people agree or don't agree, but to me, slip joints gives you more flavors. You get a pattern, and then you can have 5 or 6 different blades on that pattern. And that's why the pattern is always the important part of a slip joint. So this is a sleeve board. It is just beautifully at 2 end caps. I mean, you can have any blade you like on this. A lovely fat spear would be nice.
Yeah.
But
because it's such a versatile shape. Yeah, that you don't have the same complications that you would do with some of the other
patterns. I think when Ben's going around the second time, changing a blade on a pattern makes it completely different looking. Mm-hmm. You know, it doesn't change how comfortable it is in the hand or how well it works, but you know what the handle's like if you've had the one before. So you're just getting that different one. Band. What's the band? What do you get banned for?
No. Somebody was saying yes, for Mikey's question, I think it was. What's your favorite one?
Yeah.
Don always agrees that the next one is always his new favorite.
Well, no, mine's because after this it would be the dogleg, the K9 would be my next favorite, and then the next favorite would be the Cyborg because it was completely new and it was a really bright handle. There's a thing about really bright handles in my life.
It's shiny things and colorful things. Yes.
On my off day, I'm a magpie. So Ghost Malone asked a question, which is really good question. The Ask knives. What do you think of the Ask knives?
Never heard of them.
You've never heard of Ask?
No.
I'm going to put you on the Ghost Malone's channel tonight, and he has a couple of them. They're made by Medford,
Oh, right.
and it's Medford's version, his version of a Swiss Army knife. But it's made
right.
it's made in
Yes,
high-end steels.
Oh, I have. I think I have seen them. Yes,
They're about 2,500, I think, maybe up to 3.
and
but
they're in sort of
you
matte colors, blues and yellows and things like that, aren't
You
they?
can get all sorts. You
Yeah.
can get flags. You can get
Screws
everything.
rather than pivots.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can take it apart. The nice thing is you can buy separate blades for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so all you're buying is a blade. And any knife that you buy, the basic one, which is just a 2 scale, it's got the 2 scale, you can interchange any of the blades that he's making. And he's making more and more, as the time goes by. He's making more and more different options. And you can take it apart, make it 3 or 4. You can buy the spacers and all.
Oh, no, that would be cool.
So if you've got money, and the simple answer is, Ghost, I don't have the money for that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? And because I think they're fantastic looking, but I don't have the money to buy one for the channel.
In many ways, though, it's the same as what we were saying about the James brand. I mean, the ask, and I do remember seeing it about 6 months or so ago. The ask is trying to do something new and different,
absolutely,
with an old idea.
But they're doing exactly the same as Jack Wolf
did,
and they're at that same sort of price.
So yeah. It would be a big ask, if you're excused the pun, to make that stretch into it, especially given I'm a modder as well, so I know how to take a Swiss Army knife apart now. It's never going to be as easy as unscrewing it and putting in another screw, but to make that jump to that kind of although you've now put the idea in my head.
But you bought these and you swore you'd never have one of these, and you got 3 of them now. So I mean, and that is the thing about this knife game, it's so good. You can start off with so many things in your head that you're not going to do, you won't do, and then something ignites a passion in you. And like they ask, and if I had the money and it was money I could afford just for the channel, I would have one of every good knife that's out there.
Yeah,
but I don't
start buying those lottery tickets.
I don't. So that's why I watch other people's channels. That's why I watch Ghost Malone, because he has done so much. He got the first ask from Medford, and he has he's got 2 now. He won one in the Medford competition, and he has been buying and changing them about. And he's just a complete advocate for them, like I am for the Jack Wolf knives. So yeah, there's a place and there's a passion. His passion for the sacks is equal to mine of this, and that's saying something. Somebody else is completely as nutty as I am.
It is. It actually feels like being unfaithful when you're when you're looking at something.
But it does.
Yeah, it really does.
And then after a while, you think, "Oh, the hell, well, she's better looking."
Well, there is always that. There is always that.
How are we doing?
Right, guys. There we go. Thanks for the small shout out. More than happy to. Ghost. I know I'm going to be checking it out.
Yeah, please do check him out, because his passion for that knife is admirable. He'll make you love it.
Passion or addiction, Mikey, sometimes they are indistinguishable.
Absolutely. Sometimes, all the time. And if you get to the passionate stage, you're really stuck.
Right, lads, we're up to 53 minutes, and as the boss of this show, I have to remind Stephen that he's got to shut up at some point. It's been an absolute pleasure. Is there anything else that you wanted to cover, or have we covered it all?
I don't care now.
Oh, all right, that's it.
I got baby Gins.
He wants to go away and play with.
I would love 5 minutes. If you want to ask a wee quick question, please do.
Absolutely.
And we'll answer anything at all.
So if you got any questions, if you're here and you have any questions, stick them in the chat now, and we'll see if we can do the usual and avoid answering until the clock ticks down.
I can do that.
Yeah.
But I'd like to thank Justin for coming over again. You see the podcast with me and Justin, it's my highlight, without doubt, of my YouTube channel. I love this part. And it takes 2 to make this part. 1 good one, 1 bad one. I'm only joking.
I'm very sensitive. Kind of things.
He makes this program because we bounce, and I feel as if we bounce that, and we get so much enjoyment out of doing this for you. I hope you're enjoying the crack. Yeah. We're not going to take it too seriously. That's not our. That's not us.
No.
Because individually, when we're just talking in this room, which we do regular, we just have a laugh.
I know.
Take the mickey of each other's buys.
And it's really nice. It's really nice to it's really nice to get you lads in on it as well. So Eugene, we're in the north of Ireland. So to answer that question, that was an easy one to answer. Mikey, Jud, did you get a new knife? Mikey,
did he get a new knife? Show him. Show him just a few that he had this
I've
week.
got way too many. That's a new knife. That's a new knife. That's a relatively new knife. That's a new knife. And this one, actually, this one is the one I'm actually, because it's so weird. It's such a weird little knife. It's I love this one.
Was it slipstone?
It was
Slipstone
slipstone.
Sawyer.
I was looking
it.
at it, and then Matt put me onto it. He said it was worth having a look at. Now, as Matt said, he at the time he wasn't sure about this sort of the tanto kind of shape, that really angular blade shape, because he's more of a traditional guy himself. But I have to say, as an unusual knife, it's lovely, and the weight of it. There's no weight in this.
It's aluminium in it.
Yeah, it's aluminium handle, and it's
Tell
all
me what the blade scale is.
But it's M390.
How much did it cost?
Well, it cost me. I got it for less than asking price, but on Heine they're on for $49.95 at the minute.
For M390, what is going on? Aluminium, weighs nothing, just a perfect 80s. This pointed blade gives you so much for detailed work. There is a little bit of a belly on it as well to get you down to,
just a wee bit.
if you're going to cut, slice something, your sandwich, or.
But it's just so thin behind the edge, and it's very, very fine blade steel.
I think that's the best lunchbox knife.
It'd be a cracker, really.
Really, really genuinely would be, because you can go and cut cardboard up or whatever during the day, but what a lovely slicer for your meat, especially if you're going to have your, like most of us do, we go out and sit in the garden with our crackers and a lovely lamb roast, and we just slice thin slices and put it with pickle on our...
Oh, God, now it's making me hungry.
Well, you do that every day, don't you?
All the time. It's the MKM Edge. I just realised I didn't mention what it was.
I didn't know what it was. MKM Edge.
So we've got a few questions. I'm visiting both Irelands in August. What's the number one thing I should visit?
Paddy's house. Yeah.
Giant's Causeway. The Titanic exhibition.
Newcastle.
The Mournes in Newcastle. It depends where you're coming from. If you're coming from somewhere with proper mountains, but
the Mournes are beautiful mountains, and the wee seaside town is beautiful.
The North Coast though is definitely the Causeway Coast is hard.
Causeway Coast is
best beaches in the world, especially if you're here in August, and if you surf. It's fantastic surf up the North Coast. I know it's unbelievable, but it's fantastic.
But Eugene, closer to the time, give me a shout where you're coming to, because I'm only about 13 miles from Belfast. And you're more than welcome to come down for a cup of tea. Jud will probably get across if he can. You can
absolutely come
round, have a cup of tea, and we'll chat knives.
You can have a look at his full collection.
That's what we say to all the straight people.
Would you stop? Honestly, you can't take him. You see, when it gets to an hour,
it's exciting.
I know. And then Pomena Hervé, this is a closing thought. What's the best thing to cut with a knife?
Oh, what a fantastic question.
Isn't that a good one?
What's the best thing to cut with a knife? I have the very thing, a potato. Because you can slice it very, very thin and make crisps. You can slice it thick to make chips. You can cut it in half to put it in and boil. It is the perfect medium for a sharp, thin knife.
Okay, I'll go with that one.
Was you impressed now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very poetic, and it feeds back to the whole potato peeler kind of thing, and it's hard to get away from your roots. But unfortunately, it's not the right thing. Mikey, no, you're wrong. It's not steak. It's a good one, but it is. Eugene, however, is correct.
What's that?
A box with another knife inside.
Oh, damn it! Yes. Eugene wins. But yeah, hit me up on Instagram when you're about to come over. Let me know if you're up here. You're more than welcome around for a cup of tea. It's your missus can go shopping in Bangor. There's not much shopping here, is there?
No.
She can go shopping in Belfast, and it's only 20 minutes down the road. You can come back down and see us, lads.
I think that'll do us for this week.
It will.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Enjoyed this. Nice to be back again.
Lovely to share with you again, guys. Okay, we'll keep you posted as to what we're doing next time. Right?
Next week, we've got Ben on.
So it'll be more Jack Wolf knives.
Yes.
But hopefully we'll be able to cut past the box side of things and go straight to the knives.
Just be talking to Ben and what he's got coming for this next year, which will be lovely to see if he lets anything out. because he's usually very tight-lipped. But it'd be nice to see where he's going and what he's planning.
Usually
If there's
you can
new
squeeze
materials,
a few
yeah.
revelations.
We'll
out
get a
of
wee
him.
bit out of him anyway.
You know, we'll get the thumb screws on him, and you know.
And then the week after that,
we're hoping to get James.
we'll
on, I
get
think.
James on. Yeah.
Yeah.
From
Twisted Assisted.
Twisted Assisted. Yeah, that sounds good, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
We've just made a plan live on TV.
I know, it's great. Now we have to stick to it. That's the harder part.
Always.
Folks, thank you very much.
Really appreciate. Sorry if I went on a little bit. He can talk more the next time. I'm going into retirement.
I'm in shock still. I've just done my first knife review. Have a good Easter, everybody. Paul, good to see you. Mikey, I know that Mr. Loughney joined us there at the last minute. I hope you're still with us and you're doing well.
And somebody say in the comment they'd done a good review. For God's sake, I'll
No,
never hear the end of it.
Don't. It'll just make me worse. My ego is the size of a small planet at the best of times, and my wife is under strict instructions to make sure that it doesn't get any larger.
Oh, mine doesn't need instructions.
Folks, thanks a million for joining us. Stephen?
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. Like, subscribe, post this to somebody, send it. There's a wee button that does. I don't know how you do it.
Oh, right.
Send it on to somebody. Let somebody else see it that's in your system.
Why should you suffer alone?
Yes, exactly. Spread me. I'm like Marmite.
Spread me. There's one that's going to go down in history. And that's when we leave. Bye.
Take care, everybody. Bye.